Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you're having a wonderful Friday night. I'm in touch with World for You. Our dear friend Saj is traveling the world. Here he is looking at veganism in Mexico
Today
City.
we're in Mexico City again with a vegan protest going on here. Look at this demonstration here. Look at that.
I'm hoping to get a chat with him, but
Cake here.
I won't give too much away. I would encourage you all to head over to his channel, The World for You. You can find out how Mexicans really see Islam. He's got an interview here with Palestine activists over in Mexico. I know that we talk a lot about Palestine on this channel, and The World for You is doing the same thing. So I'm hoping he's going to jump on for a chat. If he doesn't, we can always talk about anything that you want to talk about. There is a link in the description. If you click on that link, you will join me live on the screen, but you can, if you're shy, you can turn your camera off. Look, I can disappear, but you can still hear me. So if you don't want everyone to see you, you can just jump on without showing your camera, and we can do it good old-fashioned radio style, phone-in radio. Whatever happened to that? I've got a couple of clips I'll share with you. I can't get them on the screen at the minute. We're just going to have to do it off the phone, but it doesn't matter. Let's listen to Bill Maher. Is that how you say his name? And he is claiming Israel is the Jews' homeland.
And Jews have always homeland. And Jews have always lived there. You can look it up. It's in this book. Israel is the Jews' homeland. And Jews have always lived there. You can look it up. It's in this book called the Bible. It says the Jews built a temple with a really big wall 7 centuries before Muhammad or Islam ever existed. And sure as shit, you can still go there and touch it. Calling Jews colonizers in Israel is like calling Native Americans colonizers here. It's ridiculous. To mark the October 7th anniversary, we must launch a campaign to educate young Americans about the Middle East. And the way I'd like to begin that process is by addressing an open letter to Chapel Roan, a great new recording artist who, like a Hezbollah pager, is really blowing up. Chapel, if you think it was repressive growing up queer in the Midwest, try the Mideast. Chapel, did you know that for 2,000 years, Palestine was like an Uber driver with a 3-star rating? Nobody wanted it. And there was never any Arab country called Palestine. Chapel, you're not wrong that oppression is bad, or that Palestinian and many other Muslim populations are oppressed and deserve to be freed. You just have it completely ass backwards as to who is doing the oppressing. Hamas is a terrorist mafia that took over Gaza. These are the oppressors. And when you make it all about Israel, you take the pressure off of them. You enable them. Gender may not be binary, but right and wrong kind of is.
That's Bill Maher there. He's an atheist. He doesn't believe in God, but he seems to believe that the promised land was given to the Jews 3,000 years ago. Saj, you're on the screen. Can you hear me? I'm going to unmute you. Oh, no, he's gone. Well, look, that was Saj World for You there. Briefly, we had him on the screen for a minute. Saj, try again if you can, and we'll get you on. Let's have a listen to Piers Morgan. He's speaking to the former CIA spy, Andrew Bustamante. Here we go.
Have to do to be accountable. You have to have
ever eaten any human. Let's first of all address that elephant in the room. Are you a cannibal?
No. You know what you have to do to be accountable? You have to have actually eaten someone.
Have you ever eaten any human flesh?
No.
Not a question I thought I'd ever ask him.
Not a question I'd ever thought I'd have to answer, by the way. But no, never.
What do you feel that a large swathe of the public just think Armie Hammer is a cannibal?
If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you.
So, was he telling me the truth?
No, he was lying to you.
Really?
Absolutely. And
Well, he hasn't actually eaten human flesh, though.
we don't know what he personally identifies as cannibalism. We don't know whether it's related to consuming energy. Maybe it's biting. Maybe it's drinking blood. Who has any idea except Army, right? But the thing that's so fascinating to me, and I'm going to kiss your ass for just a second. Your questions were so fucking good, man. Your questions were so good through a lens of specifically being able to identify deceptive behavior in the target. I'm guessing it's just come from years of practice. I'm guessing you didn't practice your questions before you sat with him. But the one that's the most powerful to me is you asked him how he felt.
Yeah.
That's called in strategic espionage, that's called a feelings question. When you ask a feelings-based question, it immediately gives you a window into whether the person is using their reactive brain to answer honestly, or their creative brain to come up with a fitting solution.
He's great, this guy. He goes into
Indicators.
how you can read body language, that sort of thing. Saj, are you with us? Are you there? I'm not having much luck getting hold of Saj. If anyone else wants to get involved, just click the link in the description and we'll get you on the screen. It's difficult because Saj is all the way in another country, so it's always difficult to get the internet to work for some reason. So Piers Morgan, I mean, he was talking about body language there and army tactics, but he's one of these guys that's kind of been off and on the fence when it comes to Palestine. Tucker Carlson is another individual that would have previously been very much with Israel. He seems to be switching sides as of late. Let's have a listen to him in this one.
Know the population at all? No, I don't know the population. You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple? How many people live in Iran? 92 million. Okay. Yeah. How could you not know that? I don't sit around memorizing population tables. Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government. Why is it relevant whether it's, because it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant? If you don't know anything about the country... I didn't say I don't know anything about... Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran? They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay, it's not even... You don't know anything about Iran. So, okay, I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran. You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government. You're the one who claims about the country. No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the one saying that. Who can't figure out
that's Tucker Carlson pushing back on this push to attack Iran, and that's Ted Cruz there, who didn't seem to know anything about the country that he wants to go to war with. What about Saj? Are you there? Can you hear us?
I'm here. Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, I've got
Sorry,
you now.
my
Brilliant.
connection was bad.
That's all right. Much better now. How you doing, Saj? I was just having a look at your channel, which I often like to do. The latest video is on the Uyghur Muslims. So you're still posting content from China, but you're not there anymore, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of in a situation now where I don't know if it happens to other YouTubers, but you get sidetracked and then you have tons of footage and you're just thinking, when do I release it? Do I edit it? Do I need to do this? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm backlogged because places in that part of the world, internet's a bit tricky.
And you're not even allowed to use YouTube in China, are you?
Well, here's the trick for anyone that's going to China. Here is the trick. You get an eSIM, and the eSIM classes as just a normal SIM from like another country, and then it bypasses that YouTube ban issue. But it's only limited to like 20 gig. But yeah, I used a VPN, and one thing I found out there was when I went to Urumqi, which is the capital of the Xinjiang province, they didn't let me have Wi-Fi in my room, which was bizarre.
So the Xinjiang province is the Muslim majority area of China. Is that right?
Yeah. So Xinjiang is basically um the province, the autonomous region, as it likes to call itself.
Okay. Okay. So semi-independent, but still part of China, and we're told they are clamping down harshly on people openly practicing Islam. Is that the issue? What is the issue? In
Yeah.
that part of China?
So that was that was what was said. Hence why I went there. I went there as a journalist, undercover journalist.
Fantastic.
And it was bizarre, bro. Like chatting to people, I found the police presence a bit too strong. I found metal detectors every 400 meters. It was bizarre, bro. Something's
and what
going on there.
And what about the re-education camps? Did you have any exposure to that? Because again, the information that's coming out from China is that Muslims, Uyghur Muslims in particular, are being rounded up and being forcibly or indoctrinated, not to be religious. Is that what's happening?
I mean, I couldn't even chat to anyone about it. Like it felt like there was some
It was hushed up.
sort of, yeah. I remember once, but in particular, a girl was speaking to me. I don't remember if she was speaking English. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe we were using Translate. But there was police around in the little alleyway watching. And usually with anyone I chat to, we usually pass over information. You know, in this case, it would be WeChat because WhatsApp is not allowed there. So we're using they use WeChat, and she didn't give it. And later on, I found out that apparently they're not even allowed to the Uyghur Muslims are not allowed to, it seems that they're not allowed to have contact with the outside world.
And that's imposed by China. They don't want any light shed on what's happening. Is that the
Yeah, probably that. Probably the risk of that getting out there, and the fact that apparently they can have their whole family interrogated or questioned just being the fact that you talked to a foreigner. What was the reason? In fact, as I left her, I remember the police quite behind me probably go up to her and ask her what was said. What other bizarre things did I see there? Not being allowed into the mosque.
you were not allowed in the mosque? Who
Yeah.
Who prevented you from entering the mosque?
The so-called police security guards that were there. What happened was this mosque is called Idkah, Idkah. It's very historical. I think it's the oldest mosque in China or Asia. One of the two.
Wow.
Anyway, I basically went there with intentions to go in there. Now here's the funny thing. At the time I had an Arabic turban on my head, and they were fine. They were like a bit respectful, and they were like, "Oh," they weren't respectful, but they were just like, "Oh, you can come back later only when it's prayer time to pray in the
Okay.
mosque."
Okay.
So I said, "Okay, cool. I'll come back later." In the end, I gave up that day and said, "You know what? I'll go tomorrow." The next day, I was wearing casual clothes. I was wearing like basically like my hat, which was like a casual baseball hat. I look like more of like an American, you know? And then all of a sudden they were kind of like, "No, you're not allowed." They were very rude. And when they were very rude to me, I didn't figure it out. Then I said to the police, I goes, "What's going on here? And can I chat to can I go in the mosque? Is it allowed?" And the police said, "You simply can't go in the mosque. No
Right.
reasons."
Okay, did they, because you're going in as a tourist rather than A religious person? Would it be that?
I don't know. I couldn't figure it out because it was weird, because it was like the rule was that basically you can't go there and pray apparently, but you can't, but then the people that were going in there was Chinese tourists, groups of
Okay.
Chinese tourists. But it didn't add up, my brother. It
That's
didn't make sense. And I got a bit worked up about it. I made a video which I need to put on the world for you. I don't think I have yet.
It's not even up there yet. So
It's
much
not
to
even.
look, there's a lot to look forward to. Get it up there before the world ends. Do you ever worry about if you go back there, someone might look at your channel and say, "Oh, you're not coming into China. You're not welcome."
I'm more worried about Omar's workout regime, Triple T.
Omar is what's he weight loser of the week. He's doing very well on his weight loss journey, and we can show a clip of him at some point.
I mean, I'm thinking of making a whole section of Omar to get him that 17 view.
Get him up there. He needs a playlist in and of himself.
No,
that's
but
Omar
going
/
back
Triple
to
T. Yeah, go on.
one more thing. How do I are we on YouTube or Instagram Live, or is it later on?
This is going out on YouTube live right now.
Oh, is it? Let me share the link once.
Yeah, share the link. The link that's in the description is the link to go on the screen with us, and you're welcome to share that with whoever as well, if anyone wants to jump on. I know it's very late in the night. You've got another fellow vlogger that might join us as well. Winston Vlogs. We'd love to hear from him. I was going to say, you've been to Palestine as well, and you've got a lot of Palestine content on the channel. How did the mosque experience in China compare with trying to enter Masjid al-Aqsa? Because at certain times that a mosque is closed, or only certain people are allowed in. Did you have that experience in Jerusalem?
Did I have that experience? Yes, I did. I had an experience which I expected to have, which was they make you read out the part of the Quran.
Surah Al-Fatiha.
Surah Fatiha, yeah. Surah Fatiha, they make you read out, and then they kind of like laughed and mocked me and then let me in.
And that is Palestinians guarding the door, or Israelis guarding
Them people
the door?
that have the star on their flag, what are they?
Okay, that answers that. But they are enforcing the rule that only Muslims at a certain time are allowed in. Is that correct?
Are you on about China now or Al-Aqsa?
No, Al-Aqsa in Palestine.
Yeah, they are. They were enforcing that. There's something I want to talk to you since we're on the topic, kind of.
Anything goes.
So you've seen my recent video about Muslims in Mexico, the Egyptian Muslims.
How Mexicans really see Islam. Is that right?
Yeah. So what happened was, after that, basically, as Muslims must know, when you're traveling around the world, sometimes it's your prayer. Yeah. When you're praying, you have to work around a lot of things sometimes. Yeah, that's the video.
That's the one, Kaaba in the background. Yeah, okay, when you're traveling.
And what happened was, I want to know your thoughts on this, if you have any. I went to, I thought, okay, they got like a little bookstore, they got the Palestine flag, they're giving dawah, which in Arabic, as everyone, well, some people don't know, is like invitations to Islam, answer all of your questions. And Mexicans are quite curious, so they always sitting down and talking about it. They love different things or learning about different things. And I needed to pray. So I said, can I pray in the place? And they were like, yeah, sure. So I prayed. The next day I went to pray again. This time I didn't see no prayer mat. So I went for the alternative, which was sit down and pray, which is what I've been doing because a lot of floors are dirty and you have to make that exception. Anyway, after I prayed, the Egyptian guy kind of like started going in on me a bit. He goes, "Why did you pray sitting down?" And I said, because I didn't see no prayer mat and I'm on the go. And I had a list of reasons, but he was like, no, that's only for the old people or only for sick. You shouldn't do it. And then he said, it's better if you go and pray again.
Okay.
He went and got the prayer mat, and I stormed off with a bit of anger. Now, here's the thing. Some of these type of things can drive a person away from their own faith. My friend said he could have said it better or this and that, but I don't think he should, because at the end of the day, some people have all sorts of reasons why they would pray sitting down than rather standing up. And that's between them and God, who they're praying to.
Do you think he went round to every person that didn't pray at all and say, you need to pray, you need to pray, you need to pray?
I think something tells me he's from that lineage of that hardcore extremist Salafi Wahhabi. I got that kind of vibe. And I hate to group people up like that, but people group themselves up like that with their behaviors and actions.
Understood.
We got Joseph Beth in the house. She's
Yeah.
watching. Let me give you a little insight on Joseph Beth. She is a rare monkey. I'll give her that. She is a communist. She loves Fidel Castro.
She's literally a communist.
Yeah, she basically subscribes to the whole ideology. She also is pro-Palestine and communist.
Wow, I can see she's waving the flag. Joseph Garay Barragan. And is she Mexican? Is this a friend you've met in Mexico?
Yeah, so I met her at the Palestinian Pro March, and the stuff that these people, including herself, have absolutely amazes me, what they've done and what they're doing for Palestine, a place that has almost nothing to do with them geographically and, even emotionally, you could say, because of the fact that that's the sad reality about it, that there is a sad crisis going on in Gaza, but people will turn around and say, well, it's not my part of town, nothing to do with me. She is very predominantly involved in groups to do with Cuba, Venezuela, and these parts of the world, and obviously Palestine. And it surprises me how much passion a person once has of all of with to do with what they strongly believe in.
Che Guevara.
Yes.
The great Argentinian revolutionary who supported the Cuban Revolution, who was...
I thought that was Maradona.
Well, Maradona had the tattoo, but Che Guevara...
Baba Ali had the tattoo as well.
He did. We could all get one. I didn't realize that Che Guevara visited Gaza in 1959, only 11 years after the Nakba. I knew politically that he would have stood with the Palestinians. I knew he'd been to Africa. I didn't know that he'd set foot in Gaza, but I'll read you a little bit here from the Palestine Land Society. Che Guevara's visit to Gaza in 1959 was the first sign of transforming the Zionist colonization of Palestine from a regional conflict to a global struggle against colonialism. The trigger was the Bandung Conference in 1955 and the resulting non-aligned movement, whose members had recently shaken the yoke of foreign domination. The stature of Nasser, a world leader, that's the Egyptian pan-Arab nationalist, in the struggle against imperialism and colonialism. Yeah, so back in the day, I mean, who's standing with the Palestinians now politically, internationally? You've got the Houthis
Cuba.
in Yemen. Well, yeah, Cuba still politically, but it seems to be, when we think of it as it's some kind of Muslim issue, back then it was a very much a socialist, anti-colonialist issue. Omar is saying, let's get it on the screen. Shalom Aleichem. All governments don't give a monkeys about Gaza. If they did, they would have sent their armies to protect the victims and babies. It's all game. Don't be fooled, my G. You said it, Omar, but you know, there was a time when more governments did care. I wonder what Imran Khan would have done if he was still in power in Pakistan and not in prison. You probably know more about that than I would.
Can we roll the clip? Seeing as we're on the subject of Pakistan, of the president, what's his name? Prime Minister, Prime Minister, fucking the Pakistan guy.
The current
Sharif, behind Trump. The controversial, well, not even controversial, the hilarious clip of him kissing Trump's butt, literally.
I'll try and find it. Was this recent?
Yeah, he said that.
Is this Asim Munir is my favorite field marshal?
Yes, it falls in line of the same video. But
Shahbaz Sharif speech. Trump put Sharif in a spot.
Yeah.
Him, is this the one?
It's funny because let me break it down to you just before you play it. Trump says to him before he tells him, Trump says, "Why don't you go ahead and tell them what you said to me the other day?" He mumbles it to them. And then after the Pakistan guy says it, Trump says, "Wow, I never expected that."
That's like when someone prepares a speech for an award.
Pakistan.
And
also, I have to say, my favorite field marshal from Pakistan, who's not here, but the prime minister is here, and you're going to give his regards. Where are you? There you go. Thank you.
Is this the one?
You want to say?
Yeah.
There you go.
Tim, would you like to say what you said? I think it was so nice. Please.
Thank you very much, my dear. Peace has been achieved after untiring efforts led by President Trump, who is genuinely a man of peace, who has relentlessly and untiringly worked throughout these months, day in and day out, to make this world a place to live with peace and prosperity. I would say that Pakistan had nominated President Donald Trump for Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize.
For his outstanding, extraordinary contributions to first stop war between India and Pakistan, and then achieve ceasefire along with his very wonderful team. And today, again, I would like to nominate this great president for Nobel Peace Prize, because I genuinely feel
he sounds like he's got a gun to his head.
He's the most genuine and most wonderful candidate for Peace Prize, because he has brought not only peace in South Asia, saved millions of people, their lives. And today, here in Sharm el-Sheikh, achieving peace in Gaza is saving millions of lives in the Middle East. Mr. President, I would like to salute you for your exemplary leadership, visionary leadership. And I think that you're the man this world needed most at this point in time. World would always remember you as a man
for you.
who did everything, went out of the way to stop 7 and today 8 wars.
Well, and then we missed the bit at the end. Does Trump say, "I didn't know you were going to say that. I had no idea you were going to say that. Thank you so
You
much."
know it's serious when he says "world" with a V.
World. Oh, a wonderful world.
You were the first white man to go to Pakistan. Tell us about that.
Man, my trip to Pakistan put me on the map. And do you know what? It actually was a brilliant journey, and I mention it whenever anyone mentions Pakistan. I don't hesitate to say I've been there, and I was there when Imran Khan won the election. But do you know what, Saj? I can remember it so clearly. I was at the airport, and all these Pakistani security guards were giving me funny looks.
Oh, really?
And after about 45 minutes, we took off from Heathrow and flew to Pakistan. Do you like that one?
There's a joke about an Indian guy
do you
that
like
left India
Oh,
and
yeah.
he came to Heathrow and he thought he was still in India because of the Indians in Heathrow. He said,
It's
"I thought
like
we
he
were going India, haven't we left
hadn't gone
yet?"
anywhere. Yeah.
But was there anything that struck you as culture shock, abnormal, something that was a bit out of the ordinary when you first went to Pakistan, or did you know what you expected to get into?
Well, like some of it was similar. I mean, I remember going to a shopping centre, and I thought, wow, this is just like the Westfield in Stratford, but with not as many Pakistanis. Oh dear. Omar is saying even Pope should have gone to Gaza before he
Omar,
drops
get on
dead.
camera.
Yeah,
Can we
Omar.
get him on?
I
You
don't know
might as
which
well
Om-
get on camera.
Yeah, you can click the link, Omar, and if you don't want to be on camera, you can turn the camera off, like so. How do I do it?
Because
And
I
then
might
just
leave soon, and
the
then
audio.
Omar can
audio.
keep the
Yeah.
show going
That's
with
all right.
his.
One in, one out. But if not, we can always do it another night. I did quite a good one last night, but I couldn't get anyone on the screen. So I'll try and do a mix of phone call, phone in. I had an Irish guy phone me last night talking about Palestine and some of the other conflicts around the world. I don't know which Omar this is. I don't think it's Omar Triple T, but
I
could be wrong. I don't know.
I think it is.
You suspect it might be. Omar, which Omar are you? We know several.
I don't believe the ceasefire is. I saw that smirk on Satan. That's what we call Mexican. We call him Satan Yahoo.
Satan Yahoo, yeah.
But I don't believe that it's all smiles and smirks, and it seems like something maybe edging on the Riviera. And it seems like an investment project or something.
Several people lost their life after the so-called ceasefire. Anyway, this guy's quite good. Have you seen The Savior, who's taken his microphone around the country and asking
Christian
people about
guy.
Palestine. Well, I don't actually know. I would guess so.
I feel like I know him.
He
Know
looks
that
and
name.
sounds English. Let's have a
I'll
look.
use this moment to just talk about the ceasefire that recently was
There you go,
announced. It's
ceasefire.
good for now, I suppose, to stop the genocide being as rough. Yeah, you want to talk? Oh, brilliant, mate. Thank you very much.
I hate Israel. The scumbags. They need to be back to the ground, off the face of this earth. Support Palestine. Free Gaza. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Yeah. Israel.
One more. What's your thoughts about the recent ceasefire announcement?
Brother, the ceasefire now is there's nothing left. They want peace now. There's nothing left, brother. It's like 90% damage. So now you want peace. Have I come to my house and we'll see peace, innit? That's for the brothers in Palestine now.
No worries. And one last question, man. Thank you for stopping by. I mean, why do you think Israel has so much control over the world? Because, you know,
banking system.
They run the banks.
Banking system, brother. Yeah. JP Morgan back in the day. From researching from then. You know, from like world wars and that. It's from then. That's what it is. But free Gaza.
Okay, then he's going deep, possibly on conspiracy theory. But yeah, the ceasefire. What kind of a ceasefire is it when 90% of the country is gone? Good question. All right, Saj, I'm going to catch you again soon. I really appreciate you jumping on.
All right, cool. I'm gonna get out. I think Alonzo Winston Vlogs is gonna jump in. Are you cutting off totally?
Yeah, I'm going to cut and go to bed, but we can do it again tomorrow night or very soon. I'm in touch with Winston Vlogs. I'm in touch with you, and
he really wants to talk to you MMA and stuff.
yeah, great. No, look, he's here. He's saying, "Greetings, friends. Here supporting and watching live broadcast. Thank you, Winston Vlogs. We're going to get you on the screen, God willing, next time or very soon. And I urge you all to check out Winston Vlogs as well. There's lots of great content going up at the moment.
Winston Vlogs, he documents, at the moment, he's documenting a lot to do with gentrification in Mexico City. And Claudia Sheinbaum, the current Jewish socialist president. You need to do your background homework on that one next time. Let's do some homework and jump back into the show.
It's all happening in Central America. Saj, great to chat, bro. We will catch up soon.
Salute. See you later.
Adios.